Hi everyone, it's Mike Riley here with Gaining Altitude Financial, and we are in the last couple of weeks of 2024. And I wanted to give you an update on some of the eligibility that is important for your RESP contributions. So if you have children and you are saving towards their post-secondary education, doing that inside a registered education savings plan allows for the capture of a 20% match from the federal government. But there are some rules as your kids get a little bit older. So I just wanted to go over that quickly so that you had an understanding and then can take action on that before the end of the year. So if at the end of 2024 your child is 15 or younger, they are entitled to make a contribution of up to $2,500 for the year, for which you can get $500 of matching grants. That's the 20% from the federal government. In addition to that, you can capture previous years up to 1 year if you haven't maximized that. So if you didn't open an RESP until the child was 12, you have the previous 11 years to capture over the course of the time that you have the RESP open. So you could do $5,000 for that child in this calendar year and then get $1,000 of grants. So that's for a kid up to age 15. Now, if your child is 16 or 17 by the end of this year, they can still continue to contribute to the RESP and capture these grants here if you have done one of the following: that you've made at least $2,000 of contribution to the RESP over the life of the investment, or at least $100 per year for 4 previous years. So there's a little bit of a test for kids that are 16 and 17. So now think about you realize that your child is coming to the end of high school and you haven't put enough into the RESPs, you want to fund it more. In order to get the full $500 in this calendar year, you had to at least have had the investment open and in the previous years contributed to $2,000. So it's tricky if your child is 16 and you've never opened an RESP before, because there are some limits on what you can capture. So hang on to that. Now, in the year the child turns 18, they're no longer eligible for those continuing the grants. So for a lot of parents, they stop contributing to the RESP in the year that the child is 18 because it doesn't get the 20% matching grants. But there's still value in putting money aside for your child for education because the investment is growing and there's no tax that is being taken on that. But sometimes parents stop when they're no longer getting the matching grant and they save in other ways. You can continue to contribute into an RESP until the child is 31. Now, you haven't had any grants in that time, but should you want to invest in the RESP for the tax sheltering, then that's still valid. And then, of course, you can keep the RESP up until age 35, so the child can, if they decide to go back to school at a later age, they can still do so. But for me, I think the real takeaway is if your child is approaching 15 or is 15 this year and you haven't done any RESP contributions, get that RESP open before the end of the year and get $2,000 into it, so that you can, because it's now too late to do the $100 per year for the 4 years, but at least open the RESP, get $2,000 into it, because the year that the child is 16 and 17, you can still get the full $2,500 contribution eligibility with the $500 matching, not only for the year that they're 16 and 17, but you can catch up. So the strategy for catching up, if the child is going to be 16 in 2025, is to get the RESP open this year with at least $2,000 into it. So I hope that information is valuable and that it's something that you can take advantage of before the end of the year. If you have any questions or would like to book a conversation with me to have learn a little bit more or take action, please reach out. You can book directly online at www.yourfinancialpilot.com. I look forward to providing more financial literacy to you in the new year. That's Mike Riley with Gaining Altitude Financial, helping you gain altitude and gain some confidence.